What's going on, everybody? Nice to see you guys back. Sorry about last night. Had to cancel last night's show. We had a few hiccups. And to be honest, I mean, even now, I've been staying up literally every night till 3, 4 a.m. watching the US president elections. So I'm not getting much sleep. And last night, I think everything just kind of capitulated. Some of the guys, Drew, Tony, and AJ, they couldn't turn up for obvious reasons, and it just was in a situation where we had to cancel the show. So I'm sorry about that, but we'll continue back with week 8, which we're walking into now, and we'll do that next Friday. It's about Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and I want to take a look at that now. Aston Villa now are going to be an interesting proposition because of that dangerous midfield that they have. And I've rated it as one of the best tandem midfields in the league. And you have to look at what they've been doing over afar. Aston Villa, guys, very dangerous. That tandem midfield of Barkley and Grealish are absolutely on par. And I rate them as two of the best sets, really, in the league. And they are playing at a level that many other teams haven't been able to play at. And most of their issues, really, Villa's got a great goalkeeper in Martinez. We all know about him as Arsenal fans, and he'll have a point to prove going to the Emirates Stadium on Sunday. And so will Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno was the guy that Mikel Arteta chose. He was a guy on 100 grand a week, and they couldn't pay two goalkeepers that amount of money, which is why they lowballed Martinez. And Martinez had to go and get his own deal done, and he did that. 75, 80 grand a week now at Villa that he's making. And both goalkeepers are having to make a point. And look, Leno made the mistake in midweek, and he's made a mistake previously this year. Martinez actually has made his first mistake as well. So both goalkeepers are coming into this match with a big point to prove. And outside of that, really, defensively, both teams are quite solid. Arsenal has the best defence in the league. And Villa are going to be a tough commodity coming to the Emirates. They're the only side yet to concede an away goal from home in the Premier League this season, having been the only club not to keep an away clean sheet last season. And it's going to be difficult for them because Villa have lost 12 of their last 13 games against the established top 6. They played it in the last 2 games, and it looks like now that that's going to be a stable formation moving forward. We all kind of knew it was anyway. And for Arsenal, they're going to be looking to really try and see if they can win 4 in a row now, and that would really, really do good for their confidence. The situation for me stands as, who are you going to play? Are you going to play your most productive players? And we'll go through that. We'll go through the team sheet. For me, it would be Leno in goal. It would be Tierney. It would be Bellerin. Louise, I think, is fit. So if Louise is fit, it would be Louise and Gabriel. If not, it would be Holding and Gabriel. Your holding midfielders in El Nene and Partey. And then I would like to see Joe Willock come into the mix. And then obviously I'd like to see Pepe on the right, Saka on the left, and Aubameyang in the middle. But I think that they'll put Lacazette in the middle. They're going to be stuck on that. Joe Willock, for me, has been a real shining star. I remember when they used to sub him for Ozil on a few occasions, and he had a real big struggle trying to replace Mesut Ozil in the time that he came on. And the last 2 displaced guys has got critics and fans alike just buzzing about him. We lack a midfielder who can get into the box and become that silent option in attack. With his playing style, he's fluid, he's heady, he never stops running, and it makes him difficult to track and cover for defenders, showing enough willingness on the ball for me to get involved and get into the box. And he's doing this because he wants to. As I pointed out when we did the live stream on Thursday, it's because he knows when he's in the box helping the strikers, good things happens. He creates, he scores, he makes it difficult because the defenders have to track him. And in the Europa games, guys, he's got 2 goals and assists and 5 chances created. And he can do that for you. Another person that can do that for you is Pepe. Pepe right now, when you look at Pepe, Pepe's got 3 goals and 2 assists. And that's matched by Aubameyang's 4 goals and 1 assist. So both players have had a hand in 5 goals this season. If we look at Willian, that's not the case. If we look at anybody else in the team, that's not the case. It's those 2 guys. So you have to make a decision whether you're going to play Pepe. I would play him because you just know, regardless how poor his performances have been in the first half in the last few games, he is just turned up with that piece of magic. And to a point, it's not like Sanchez. And I'll tell you why. Because towards the end of Sanchez's career, you saw when the goals stopped coming in that he was just a liability, because the guy was giving the ball away 30 times a game. When he went to Man United, I remember it was those 2 games he played where he gave the ball away 35 times in one game and 38 times in the next game, and then that's when he was just pulled. It's not so bad with Pepe. Pepe gave away the ball 15 times, which is half of what Sanchez has done, and then 10 times in the previous game. So although his ball retention is not that great, he still has the ability to create, to put that ball on a dime and create for his teammates and get those assists. And he still has the ability to score goals, and we've seen it. A lot of people are saying, left foot, left foot, left foot, but we saw against Dundalk that right foot finish into the postage stamp, top right hand corner of the net. He's got the ability to do that for you. And guys, look, with Pepe, he hardly ever beats his man, but with Malde, it wasn't until they started committing men forward and it opened things up at the back that we started to see Pepe shine. And it's like he was a different player. When he doesn't have that parking the bus defence to play against and the game's more open, but when the game is open, he's allowed to flow in space and Pepe can dominate those games. And I think the way Villa play, Villa's going to be coming, they're going to be pushing Barkley and Grealish up forward to try and give Arsenal a lot of problems. Because if Villa have any weakness, it's their front line, it's their strikers. You know, a lot of their stuff and creativity comes from behind that set. In order for Villa to have any type of success, they're going to have to put in those midfielders in advanced positions. And that's going to open things up at the back for Arsenal. So I think Pepe can expose that. And that's something that I'll definitely be able to look forward to. If not, then Willian's going to get the nod. And as I said to you guys on Thursday night, I don't too much mind Willian, because you have to trust in the faith. At some point, the light bulb's going to come on and William's going to light it up. So I think in that regard, you have to really look at what you're getting with both players. At the moment, Pepe's the informed player. So if you play him, you can't lose. He's going to turn up for you on set pieces. He's going to turn up for you with a goal or an assist. With Willian, not really been doing anything of late and has had a ton of average games, but he's starting to show that incremental improvement, and at some point he's gonna turn on and switch on for you, and that could be any time. And it's really up to the boss. The boss at least knows that he's going to continue running, is going to continue to play defense for the team, and at the moment that's not really what Pepe's doing. Willian, you're still going to get that defensive edge out of him. And I go to Lacazette as well. But what it does mean is it's that back end. I always talk about Lacazette and the back end. And last week he was decent because he led the team with 9 recoveries. So that was good. And we want to see more of that. We want to see more of him backtracking into the midfield, and because we know Nketiah can do that. And with Lacazette, it's too spirally. There's too many games that he's not committing himself enough in order to help the team. And I think with Nketiah, you know that. Even from Nketiah, what we saw against Molde and what we saw against Rapid Vienna, Nketiah's ball movement is so far superior than Lacazette's. When the ball comes across the 6-yard line, you know he's going to be in there, and that gives you a chance. He's got a 50% chance of getting on the end of something and advancing the ball into the back of the net. Lacazette, you don't have that. You've lost that ability to trouble the defence in that way, and then it's easy for the defence to push up. If you've got a guy like Nketiah who you know is going to get beyond your back line, it forces the centre-backs into a more deeper position, which allows you to press on them even more. It allows you to sort of dominate games in their half. If they're stepping up at you, then you kind of lose that ability. So I've always said we get more from Nketiah than we do from Lacazette. But as long as Lacazette keeps on scoring, you have to kind of play him. You have to give him the start. And I think he can do that for you. But I think we've reached the point now in the league where you have to start to question whether you play Willian, whether you play Lacazette, because we've already had those questions asked and answered with Xhaka. With Granit Xhaka, we've been asking those questions. Does he do enough? Does he partner party well? Does he complement the midfield? And the answer's no. And when we've been seeing El Nene do that, it's pretty much confirmed in the boss's mind now that that's the midfield tandem that he's going to go with. That Partey El Nene midfield is the one that is working, and that is the one that's going to lead your team moving forward. Now you got to ask those questions and answer those questions with the front line. And I think that the likes of Willock and Nketiah are something that you can do in order to get that working, get it ticking over, and get the chances going. Because both players run themselves into the ground, have high motors, great energy. They don't fall off after 60, 70 minutes. They have, they have the legs to keep on going and keeping pressure in defenses. And then if all doesn't go well, you then have the option to bring in a Lacazette off the bench or bring in a Willian off the bench. And that's not bad news. It's the same situation where we are with Xhaka and Ceballos. You've now got the option to bring those players who were starting before off the bench, so you can kind of maintain that stability and that press in the latter parts of the games. So I think where we have it at the moment, guys, I'm going to go for a cheeky 1-0 Arsenal win. I still don't think we're creating much chances, but I think that if you change a few things up, you'll be able to give your team an edge. And Villa's going to be very difficult to beat. They really are. And that's all from me, guys. Let me know what you think. It's going to be Arsenal 1, Villa 0. Speak to you guys later. Thanks for supporting the channel, and speak to you guys soon. Peace out.